Okay, don't adjust your camera. I had a good question from Hannah and Steve, different people from different parts of the country. They asked about front rolling. They're having difficulty with it and they hurt themselves. That's a common misconception with front rolling is, what is the angle of the roll? So the first thing to remember is you don't want to smash your acromion or your scapula into the ground. If you front roll and you go down here and you hit your shoulder, you will injure yourself, so you have to tuck and roll. One of the ways to learn this, and there are several, so make sure that you consult with your teacher about his or her way that they want you to roll. One way you can do this is to get in this dog position. I'm on my knees here and my hands are flat. If you just try to roll from here, you can do it, but you have to get to your back. You have to get to your trapezius. That's the key, is to get to your back. So how do I do that? Put your hand out this way, here. One way I learned it back in the 1980s was to take your opposite hand and push under your armpit. What this is doing is bringing, in this case, my left shoulder to the ground. My shoulder is touching the ground, but if I want my back to touch the ground, I have to continue that motion and look up at the sky. Now I'm looking under my right armpit and I can point at the lights on the ceiling. That is setting up your back to do your front roll. I know it sounds weird. From here, hand out, tuck through here. By the way, I'm on my toes. My toes are curled. Here you want your toes curled so that you can push off with momentum. You're going to need momentum to front roll or you'll end up rolling on your side. The goal of a front roll is to go from your shoulder to your opposite hip, like an X shape across your back. Down, put through, weave this through. Once my traps are touching the ground, it's just a matter of exhaling, tucking your knees in and pushing off. Common mistake is people get here and they don't weave through enough. They just kind of go this way, and what they do is they go sideways. They flop down on their side, and that is not a front roll. Or they forget to push with their feet and push with momentum, which topples you over. That's what kaiten means, to rotate over. As far as the legs go, in this case, if I want to roll my left shoulder, left knee's forward, right leg is back, setting up this motion, tucking through here. The quicker you weave, the quicker you roll. And toes are curled, dog leg position here. I'm up high, shoulder weave through, look at the lights, push off, exhale. Don't worry about the names of these, but for those out there who enjoy the Japanese and the technical names, that would be a ryote, double ryo, two-handed. Te is hand. Zenpo, which means forward, that's the direction. Suwari means you're sitting or you're on the ground. You can also do a tachi type of roll, which is a different roll I'll show another day. You can do a squatting roll, which I highly recommend. You start from a squat position and you push yourself off. It's actually much easier. So it's a suwari, a sitting, ryote, two-handed, zenpo, forward, kaiten, roll. Another thing, if you complain about rolling, just remember this, and I always say this in all of our classes. I just said it a couple days ago. And a lot of people don't like ukemi. They don't like rolling or receiving the mat because it's kind of scary, uncomfortable, but try to imagine yourself as a child again, as a kid. When you come to your dojo, you get to roll. You don't have to roll, you get to roll. And what by that I mean, how many people are in a wheelchair or a hospital bed right now that you know that would kill to be able to get on the ground and roll? Thousands of people would die, would do anything to be able to get on the ground and tumble and roll front, back, side, doesn't matter. So it's all about perspective. When you feel yourself complaining that you have to roll in class, no, I get to roll. No one cares how you look when you roll. We care that you don't injure yourself. Rolling ukemi is about not hurting yourself. When you trip this winter, when you fall, when you're thrown by your fellow students, you need to tumble and embrace the ground in a safe way and get right back up and recover so that you can defend yourself. Those that don't know how to roll are going to break their bones, they're going to destroy their scapula, and they're going to break their shoulder, hurt their knees, their back, Believe me, I've had 2 back surgeries. I know we used to roll on cement and wood floors, which was dumb. Now we have these beautiful padded mats, so I highly suggest you pick up at least 1 or 2 tatami mats. You can practice rolling at home. As with everything in life, it's about practice. The more that you roll, the better you get. Just remember that we get to roll. We don't have to roll. We have students here that are 5 years old and they're 80 years old. All of them can roll with enough practice and patience. Allow your ego to let go of how you look when you roll. We do not care how you roll. Depending on your age, body type, you will all roll differently. The point is, with whatever body you're given, be safe and recover back up to your feet to safety. Again, there are many different types of front rolls and many methods. I prefer the squatting method, the standing method, but this on the ground kind of dog method is a good beginner's way as long as you keep the momentum to roll on your back instead of your shoulder. Thanks for that question, Hannah, and everybody else. That was a good one. We'll do more on Ukemi very soon. Have a great day or night wherever you live. Bye-bye.